Between government seized properties and tax deeds and over-the-counter tax deeds. So seized properties is an amazing way to scoop up property 50, 60, 70, 80% below market value. Tax deeds is also an amazing way to get smoking deals on real estate if you know what you're doing. So, we live in this world today where just prices are crazy on real estate. So you need an alternative way to find really good deals. And I just made a video on government seized properties and it went nuts. Thousands, I think like 20 some thousand views within the first little bit. So that was really cool. And we're getting a lot of questions now, just kind of about the difference between seized properties and tax deeds and tax liens. So I want to clarify that because my goal is to give you as many hooks in the water as possible to buy property and create wealth with real estate. Now, there's a lot of different approaches that you can take. So we want to really dial that in so that you can go and get some of these properties. And the thing that we really pride ourselves on is helping you get into the business, helping you get these properties as fast as possible and use tax liens and deeds and buying government seized properties as a way to get out of that 9 to 5 job. Real estate can really provide you with the freedom that you want to do what you want. And that's what this is all about. That's what it was about for me getting into it back in the day, working on the oil rig and all that sort of stuff. So I want to share with you today just kind of the differences and the nuances between like a government seized property and a tax deed and an over the counter. So first off, out of the gate, a tax deed sale is not a seized property. Okay. So tax deed sale obviously is when somebody doesn't pay their property taxes. In a deed state, the government will let you go, say 3 to 5 years, and then they're going to say, hey, pay us by this date, or we're going to sell your property, and the opening bid is going to be the back taxes owed. Okay. So from there, what can happen is if that property doesn't sell at the tax deed sale, it will then go into the county inventory. So the county will then seize it for the back taxes owed, therefore taking ownership away from the person who owned the property. Now, one of the things that happens in one of the arguments is like, oh, all of the over-the-counter properties are junk. There's a reason it didn't sell at the sale. And a lot of these people are correct. Okay. Let's say 90% of the properties that didn't sell at the tax deed sale are junk. Okay. That still leaves 10% of the properties that can literally be sitting there right now that could be some of the best deals of your life. Like we're talking about crazy deals. I've had students buy apartment buildings for as little as $50. I know that sounds crazy, but basically the conditions where they had to fix it up within 6 months and get it back on the tax roll.